Hi, welcome back to the workshop for the third instalment of the Micawber Telecaster build. In the last episode I did the bulk of the routing on the body, and in this episode I'm going to put the neck pickup route in. But before I do that, I'm going to put the round over on the rest of the body. Okay, so I've just set the router up and done a test pass on one of the pieces of scrap that came off the body blank, and I think that's kind of the size radius that we want to put on this body. It's a little bit square on the top edge there, but we can just blend that in when we're doing the finish sanding. And it's really just a case of going right the way around the body and just taking that corner off. Now I always like to leave the area around the neck just a little bit squarer. So what I'll do is I'll kind of stop somewhere in this horn and then I'll just blend that in by hand with some sandpaper when I've done. And there we have, the round overs pretty much done. And all that I'll need to do is just blend that edge in a little bit, just to make it look a bit nicer. But it's literally a 2-minute job. Okay, so I've had a visit from the customer and he's dropped me a set of pickups around. So what we've got here is some bare knuckle pickups. I've heard really great things about these, so I'm really excited to kind of get them into a guitar and see how they sound. Really nicely packaged, warranty card there. They come with some like a beer mat, typically British thing. And there are the pickups. As far as the pickups go, I'm not really too sure what they both are. I'm pretty sure this is a mule, which is kind of the bare knuckles equivalent of a PAF. So that's really good for this situation. And then one of their Telecaster pickups. I'm not sure which one it is. It's got the staggered pole pieces, so they do about 3 or 4 different versions of that, but I've not been able to identify it, and there's nothing on the pickup to say what it is, but I think the customer will probably be able to tell me what they are. But the most important thing is I've checked this against my template and it fits perfectly, so I can now go ahead and route the pickup cavity into the neck position on the body in confidence that this is going to fit in. Before I route for the pickup though, I'm going to just drill out and then fit the jack socket. Okay, so with the output jack holes drilled, the next big thing I need to do on the body is to route for the neck pickup. However, to do that I need to have located the scratch plate, and I can't really do that until I've got the bridge on, and then we can work out where the control cover needs to go. So what I'm going to do now is kind of mock up the major parts of the hardware onto the body so that I can figure out exactly where everything needs to go. And the first step in that is to get the bridge fitted. Now, I've already marked this out, but basically I can see the centre line running through the centre screw on the bridge. So I know that's my back location. And then I've marked where the front would be. and then I've squared a line across really accurately with the protractor. So I know now if I line up the front of the bridge with there and the centre line running through that hole, I'm going to be in the right position, which is there. So I'm just going to use my awl to mark the centre points of those holes. I'm just going to drill 2 of them for the time being and check that I've got it in the right position. If I haven't, it means I can adjust and I can drill another 2 to get it into the right position. And that's absolutely spot on. So I'll now just drill for the other 3 screws while the bridge is in position. Okay, so from there I've just been able to kind of eyeball where the rest of the stuff is going to go. And that's all going to fit absolutely fine. Okay, so with that established, I can then finalise where my neck pickup route needs to go. Okay, take it all to bits again now. Okay, so that was the neck pickup routed in exactly the same way as I do any other route. So clear the waist out with a big force and a bit and then route it to the template. So we're kind of getting through the jobs now on the body, but the next one I need to do is to create channels for the wiring to go from the pickups into the control cavity. And the way I'm going to do that is with a great big long drill bit. So the first thing I'm going to do is drill from the neck pocket through the pickup cavity into the neck pickup cavity, and then I'll drill another hole from the neck pickup cavity down into the control cavity. And what I'll do with this one, so I don't damage the timber on the back side of this route, I'll put a piece of tube over the drill bit and run it inside that. Okay, just made it before the battery died. What I'll probably do is I will create a little plug and fill that hole in, because once we're drilled through, it's not necessary anymore, and that will just neaten the neck pocket up a little bit. Okay, so the last job I need to tackle on the body for the time being is to drill the string through holes. Now you can buy all sorts of jigs and templates and contraptions to do this. I haven't got any of them. I'm going to measure it out, mark it up and drill it in the traditional manner. So the first thing I'm going to do is to just temporarily fit the bridge. With that done, I'm just going to slide the saddle out of the way and use an appropriate transfer punch just to mark the centre of the top and bottom holes. And I can then take the bridge off. Okay, so with that done, I'm now going to mark a line perpendicular to my centre line, running through where I've just marked. And then I'm going to take a measurement from that line to the end of the body, and that's 135.5 mil. Now this body is dead square, so I know I can rely on this measurement now. And just as a double check, so that's spot on. So now I can get my protractor back on the job. and mark that line. Now I've done some working out and I've done a couple of practice runs, so I know the measurements that I need to use to get this correct. So I'm just going to use a pair of dividers to mark these up. So I'm marking the outside to 28mm from the centre line. Next two are at 17. And the final two are at 6mm. Now I've got an old bridge plate just to check that with. It's a different bridge, but it's the same spacing. And that looks fine. They're a little bit more spread out than the string spacing on there, but I like to leave a little bit of material between the ferrules. Now I like to fit the ferrules flush with the back of the body. I know some people leave the top of the ferrule just a little bit proud, but I don't really like that. So my initial holes are going to be 10mm. That'll go down for a couple of mil just to get that ferrule edge below the surface, and then I'll drill the rest of the hole about 10mm in with a 9mm bit, which will accommodate the rest of the ferrule. Once all that's done, I can then drill through from the top and the bottom with a 3 or a 4mm drill bit for the actual string to pass through the body. Okay, so they're the ferrules fitted. I'm really happy with the way that's gone. They look quite nice. They're relatively straight. They're not perfect. If you've ever seen a genuine 50s Telecaster, they have a real handmade look about them. So I'm happy with the way these have come out. Okay, so it's time now to get it back on the drill press and drill the actual string through holes. I've just put the bridge back on off camera, and I've punched in a mark for all of the string holes now, so we can just drill through from the top and the bottom, and hopefully we'll meet up somewhere in the middle. Okay, so there's the string holes on the top and on the back. So that's pretty much the last of the major work done on the body now. There's still a few little bits and pieces to do, like putting the strap buttons on. And before I do any painting, I'm going to do a full trial build of everything that needs to go on the body, just to make sure that there's no adjustments that I need to make before I get the finish on. but I'm aware this episode is getting quite long, so we'll leave it for now and I'll pick up with all that next time. So don't forget, leave a like if you've enjoyed the video, subscribe if you haven't already done so, and I'll look forward to seeing you next time. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye bye.